Sandy Reese, Chief Encouragement Officer here at Get Fully Funded, where we show small nonprofits how to raise the money they need to fully fund their operations. Thanking donors is one of the most critical things you can do in fundraising. Not only is it polite, but it lets the donor know you got their gift and that you've set it to work. And it actually sets up the next donation. But there are a lot of different ways that you need to be ready to thank donors. So today I want to show you the 9 different kinds of thank yous that you need to have ready to send to donors when the occasion arises. The first is what I'll call a specific thanks, and that is specific thanks that relate to a specific ask. So whether you're sending out an appeal, or you've had an event, or maybe for Giving Tuesday, something like that, you need a real specific thank you that has the same kind of language and references back to the thank you and the reason why the person made that donation. The second one is memorial and honorarium. So when somebody makes a donation in memory or honor of a loved one, you need to have a thank you ready to go for that. That not only thanks the donor, but also lets them know you'll let the family know about the donation if that's appropriate. The third one is a pledge. So when somebody makes a commitment to your organization, maybe over a 2 or 3 year period, you need to have a thank you letter ready to go to reflect the reason why they gave and to outline the pledge terms that they agreed to and have that ready to go. And what goes right along with the pledge is pledge payment. So when someone makes a payment on their pledge, you need a specific thank you that lets them know that that donation has been applied to the pledge, and maybe let them know what they've given year to date or to the commitment of the pledge. Depending on the way that you want to structure the thank you, there's a lot of different kinds of information you can include there. Our number 5 thank you is a general thank you. This is the one that you use when people make donations and you don't have any idea why they gave. Maybe they hit your website, or they heard you speak somewhere and they just gave. You want to have a general thank you letter ready to go. And this one you want to change every month. You don't want to send the same old thank you letter every month, because if somebody gives multiple times through the year, they need to get something that's obviously been freshened up. If they get the same old thank you, that sends the wrong message, and you don't want that. The next kind of thank you is a customized thank you. This is what you're going to use for things like grants, major gifts, stock gifts, planned gifts. These are, like it says, it's customized, so it's going to depend on the donor and the reason that it gave, and you're going to have some very customized language in that thank you. However, there's probably a couple of paragraphs that you could write that could be used for a lot of those, and then customize the rest of it. You want to have a letter ready for in-kind donations. So if somebody gives you stuff, they give you services, they give you opportunities to speak, or maybe it's the media that have invited you out to be on the news, you want to have a nice thank you ready to go for that. You want to have a thank you ready for your volunteers. This is one that I think a lot of people forget about. We start to take volunteers for granted, but you want to have a thank you that you send out at least a couple of times a year to thank your volunteers. And the last one, a lot of people ask me about this, is monthly gifts. Have something ready for monthly giving, and honestly, you probably want to plan here, because you don't want to send a letter every month. Your monthly donors are not going to appreciate that. They're going to say, oh, you don't need to thank me, save the stamp, or you just save the time. What you want to do here is change it up. One month you could send them more of a traditional letter. The next month it could be a handwritten note card. The next month it could be a phone call. The next month it could be an email. See how that works? It's just different formats. You're still thanking them, but when you change it up that way, it keeps them interested and engaged. It doesn't get old and boring, and it makes it more fun for them. So there you go. There's your 9 thank yous that you need to have ready when you're fundraising. If you need help with these, you might get a volunteer who's really great at writing to help you put those in place. Don't get really overwhelmed by thinking, oh my gosh, you got to write 9 thank you letters today. Start with what you need right now, and then if you need to, add these as they pop up. You can get more tips just like this on our blog at getfullyfunded.com/blog, or on our YouTube channel at getfullyfundedtv.com. See you next time.